Yo, what's going on, guys? And interesting news according to a Mark Stein report, and this is coming from Darryn Albert of Larry Brown Sports. Stein said that the Lakers may potentially engage the Knicks in a deal for Julius Randle if the Knicks successfully trade for the Utah Jazz star Donovan Mitchell. Stein added the Lakers would not mind taking on long-term money that Randle is owed. Interesting. I mean, the guy was a third-team All-NBA player, and if you look at him, he was drafted by the Lakers back in 2014, as you guys know, and he's developed into a guy who would become a 24-10-6 guy in 2021 and an All-Star. Obviously, he's owed 117 over the next 4 seasons, and there's some questions about him being an inefficient volume scorer who lacks both size and rim protection ability at the 5 and isn't quite versatile or quick enough for the 4, some may argue. And then there's some maturity questions, but he's somebody that maybe they could flip not Donovan, but Russell Westbrook for. I have no idea. Okay, Julius Randle's making $23 million. Donovan Mitchell's making 30. So unless they're asking for Julius Randle, Evan Fournier, and Cam Reddish, okay, I don't see this deal happening because literally the salaries for it to work, it would literally have to be Cam Reddish, Evan Fournier, and Julius Randle for Russell Westbrook in the 2 first-round picks, which one might argue is that the best deal they can get. I have no idea because Buddy Hield and Miles Turner sound a lot better in my head than, or even potentially Jokic Pirtle, Josh Richardson, or Doug McDermott. I'll admit this whole situation in my mind is interesting as all hell because I have no idea what's going to happen, as we're in a moment that I don't know what's going to happen in the NBA. It's so strange with the Lakers because this whole trade market, I talked about this earlier, the whole trade market is stalled. So nobody knows what's going to happen, who's going to get traded, and what the market is even looking like due to the fact that everybody's waiting on for the Nets to either announce a trade or for the Nets to announce that they're not going to do shit and they're going to keep their man, Kevin Durant. And Kyrie, at this point, we're hearing the reports that he's going to stay. So I think the Lakers are moving on from any idea of Kyrie potentially coming. So with that being said, I have no idea what we could expect because the only other trade I assume is if they send over Pat Beverly, you rewire Pat Beverly, Julius Randle, and maybe even Jordan Clarkson if you could, in a way. I can't even imagine how the Lakers could do this. And this whole situation, this was all revealed during a Spotify live session on Saturday by veteran NBA writer Mark Stein that the Lakers might be interested in reuniting with New York Knicks big man Julius Randle, who was their draft pick. And if you guys don't remember, Julius Randle was the 7th pick in the draft. Okay, obviously he's arguably exceeded all expectation being a second-team All-NBA. Okay, I thought he was third team. He was second-team All-NBA, which blows my mind. I mean, he literally averaged 24, 6, and 10 and a steal a game. And people also forget in his one and only season in New Orleans, not his first season, he was 22 points per game scorer at 34% from 3. I mean, he's a guy who seems like he could easily be like a decent, 34 at the very least. It's just interesting to see where we're at with our man. But again, this is where I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of Julius Randle? Are we just, I know also Kendrick Nunn said they should expect consistency from the Lakers. So I don't even know, man. This is just, for me, this whole situation, I just want to see LeBron win 2 more rings. Is that so much to ask? Am I asking for too much that I want to see LeBron win another ring? I guess so. Goodbye.